All right, y'all, we back with another one. Once again, it's your man Michael Jigstyle, and you know that's my style when I say it with a smile. And today, I got two special guests this time. Got to do it with two people. Can't do it with just one. We talking about some flex icons. We talking about some flex legends. I want to introduce to you to some guys, my homies. We got Regg Roc, and we got Liquid. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all coming out tonight. I appreciate the love, man. We outside in Manhattan, in the city where things was made. You know what I'm saying? So the style of this genre that I'm coming out with right now with this song is for the flex community. So if somebody could tell me, where did flexing come from?
Flexing came from, back in the day, there was a public access channel called BCAT. A lot of us used to dance on that show. It was like a Brooklyn talent show, pretty much. Rappers, singers, anything, steppers, whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever you did, you brought your talent to flex in Brooklyn. So what happened was,
oh, is that the one with the couple Cummings? Their first and last name?
Rocky and Sandra Cummings.
Yeah, I heard about it.
They created the show. So what happened was, dancing pretty much predominantly took over, right? And it became something like nothing but dancers. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody came to come see the dancing and see what was going on, or what was the next best trend, and things like that. So the way we were dancing, it wasn't so much of a Bruk Up anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it was all dance hall. It was, it was that style. You know?
Yeah, because the flexing was birthed out of Bruk Up, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It came from Bruk Up. So it was more like once we had that staple, you know what I'm saying? It was like, what was next? How can we be creative in our own way? Because that's the way Bruk Up intended his style to be, right? It was like, okay, how do you create and be yourself, right? So we wanted to say, oh, well, we want to create and be ourselves, right? We didn't want to follow the trend of Bruk Up of everything he did, you know what I'm saying? So how do we be ourselves? So we found out ways to just be that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we be a Dragon Ball Z character? How do you be fucking Hulk? How do you be, you know what I'm saying, whoever you want to be within your character of your style that you want to create? So,
it's like reggae animation.
Pretty much. And then so from there, you know what I'm saying, we always did all these punchlines and pausing and bone breaking and gliding, and then people started saying, yo, y'all doing that flexing stuff, and like, what is flexing? We didn't even know what the hell it was. But people started calling it flexing, and we was like, all right, well, that's what it is. I guess we doing some flexing. It ain't Bruk Up no more. You know what I'm saying? It kind of evolved from that to something different. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. That's the fast version.
Fast version, no, of course.
Me like, oh, Regg, you saying something crazy? That's just the fast version.
No, of course. If you want to find out more information, man, you got to do your search. Do your Google search, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, man. There's been plenty of platforms that I've seen out there back in the day, from that cable channel, from what I've heard of. And then these guys. Anyways, yeah. So there's another thing that I've noticed from that style. It was coming from like VHS tapes and the cable channel, right. And then a lot of sources online, like Battlefest is one of the ones that most people started to see more of the culture in that battle sense between Bruk Up and flexing, and gave a platform for people to just express themselves. One of the people that I first saw when I first discovered it, right, was this guy right here. Right. I'm living in Florida. Even though I'm from New York, I grew up in Florida. And when we looked on the internet, all we saw was this one kid like doing some popping moves, but it didn't look like popping exactly. It was a little different. We didn't know what it was, so it caught our attention. And then we started seeing other people doing similar animation styles, but doing it different. And it was like, wow, okay, a lot of the styles are similar, but the approach is mad different. Right. One of my favorite people was, and still is, Liquid. So, Liquid, I wanted to ask you straight up, like, do you remember that time when you battled Geo? What was that moment when you had that brown collar shirt and the people were going crazy? Like, what was going through your mind at that time?
Oh man, there's a lot of story behind that. That shirt was from Soho. If you know New York, Soho, the Mecca. Yep. The Avizu shoes. You see, another thing about flexing, like the dress culture was heavy influence.
That's a fact.
Getting fly while you dance, like
Yeah, if you ain't had a fitted, then I don't know what it was. If you didn't have a fitted, if you didn't have a fitted, you were incomplete.
it's all strategic. If you didn't come dressed nice and you came rugged, you know you came to work.
Right.
You know you was ready to take. But back to your question, you said.
I was saying, what
alright,
was
so
going through your mind when you went through that and you went through that battle with them? Because I'm sure a lot of things changed for you after that and started to slowly change for you at least.
Well, in a viral sense, a lot changed for me. I was recognized a lot. Me and Gio's crew, collateral. He was the Collateral Damage. I was New Era. We definitely clashed a bunch of times. A lot of
Shout out
exchanges.
Collateral Damage. They was one of them ones. Main event. Shout out to y'all.
See you when.
NLS. New Era. All day.
Yeah, so that battle was crazy because I came with a couple of my teammates and they lost straight up. So it was like a pressure on me to take it home for the, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And Gio at the time, like at that right specific moment, he was like a fan favorite. So that all pumped like a lot of adrenaline, and that's what created a lot of the energy that I had that day. And that battle was dope, man. It changed a lot. It went viral. It was when YouTube was first, making. Flexing had just got viral from like Cartoon. Cartoon was one of the first like people to go viral on YouTube with it, and then that's when it got out.
Word,
These
man.
battles, man.
All right. Appreciate that. Another quick question, man. How did you feel going fast forward? There was a TV show that came on that started to shout out dancers. And particularly, this was more targeted towards the crews. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but it is ABDC. On ABDC, we saw a lot of crews from popping to breaking to whacking and freestyles. But there was one crew that stood out differently, and they were doing all these bone breaks and jumping off ladders and doing all types of crazy stuff that you've never really seen done in a traditional choreographed type of manner. Like, I've never seen flexing done in a choreographed manner until that day. And one of the main men right now to my right, or your left, on that show, we got Regg Roc. And I need you to let me know, man, what was that experience like for you at that time? For the culture, for yourself, for your team? Like, bring me through that moment.
Well, the experience was fire. You know what I'm saying? I think it was kind of destined. Like, even though like you say that's the first time you've seen like routines, but flexing came from routines. You know what I mean? Like that was our first home, right? So we was on Flex in Brooklyn, always creating different things in different ways to create, like do our type of choreography, not the traditional choreography.
Yeah.
So when we got on the show, it was easy. It was just a way of transitioning it to where it appealed more to a broader audience, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So we just had to tweak a few things, and that was pretty much it. I mean, but the experience was dope. I think that was the first time we really put it out to the world as a style, and for it to be the guys that I was actually on there with, that we all came up together and we created these styles. It was just like, I don't know, it was transcendent. It was something dope. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome, man.
Speak on that moment because when Flexin' and Ringmasters made it to ABDC, that hit New York, Brooklyn, and Flexin' in a way that y'all wouldn't understand. Like I on some real shit, I cried, bro. When I seen that was awesome for us to finally get that recognition. They spoke for a whole community. Flexin' changed my life, bro. We all know we could have been doing something way different, bro. We was around ball players, drug dealers, and gangsters, and in the, you know, and it got us out of that and to do something more productive, like to do something productive in our own sense, and you know, Flexin' is the style. Regg is one of he created a whole style of the Flexin' brand, and along with other members of the Ringmasters, they all created these styles. I'm obviously after this generation that created Flexin'. Where we innovated certain things, and this innovators from before me as well. It's just it's a crazy community. It's a beautiful thing, man. And word, man. Shout out to Regg, Ringmasters, shout out to the whole Flexer community.
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And that's why we out here, man, because we're trying to bring some of this history to you guys. For those of you who have never seen flexing or heard of it before, this genre is out here right now. I mean, you got FDM now. A lot of people don't realize FDM, flex dance music, is what you're hearing right now when you're about to check this next video out. But before we go to that video, I just got one last final question to bring it home. Who would you guys say, I wouldn't, not the top 5, but your top 5 flexers?
But before I get to that, I got to shout Liquid out too, man, because back in the day, when we used to be in the crib practicing, we used to call him Sean Paul, right? Him and Casper. We used to be like, yo, Sean Paul is nice. Yeah. But now, it because he was nice with it, you know what I'm saying? Him, Casper, AJ, it was all fun, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I guess I'm saying that, I'm putting it in context, like, he was on Flex in Brooklyn too, so we go back, you know what I mean? And that's just real. You gotta be real about that.
Bless up. All right. Or actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's switch it up.
Maybe I do have a top 5. Maybe I don't want to say it. I don't know. Somebody, I feel like I can't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, do I have a certain type of style that I like a lot? I can say that.
Okay.
The style that I like
Let's do that.
More or less than anything, is gliding and get low. Like those are my two favorite. Those are my two favorite styles.
Gliding and get low.
I love my pausing style, obviously, but I love gliding and get low. Like that's my two favorite styles.
Gliding, get low, pausing. Okay. What about you, Lick?
It really is hard. I could definitely like Russ. I got
better
highlight.
say touch at some point. I mean, connect.
Style wise, my favorite styles is gliding, connecting, and pausing, bro.
Okay.
Animation in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Nah, it's real shit, bro. But gliding is.
Oh yeah, man.
Listen,
that's why we out here.
When we come to flexing, bro, I gotta shout out my man Storyboard, bro.
Oh, of course,
My
man. One of the pioneers.
If y'all haven't, I know y'all heard of him. He put in work, bro.
Shout out Storyboard P, man. Wish could have had you here, brother.
Flexers, bro. Like for real, like that's like still
Innovator,
crazy.
man. Innovator, mutant
He's
style.
still out here wilding.
Exactly.
Shout out to P, man.
Yo, shout out to the whole Flex community, man. All right, so y'all see that button right there? Little video? Click on that right now. We about to turn up. Let's go. Chit, chit.